The Irish Community Archive Network, or iCAN, is the leading organisation championing and supporting digital community archives in Ireland. Community archives reflect a shared history, identity, experience or interest. They are created by, with and for the community. Working in partnership, iCAN is supporting community groups across Ireland to establish and manage their own digital archives. iCAN connects people and places by documenting our shared heritage and making it accessible to people all over the world.
The main aim of our group was to record and archive and showcase our local area of Louisburgh and Killeen. We are so proud to be part of the Irish Community Archive Network. It's not just being part of iCAN and hosting a website, but it's the networking that we do that really creates a sense of belonging, a sense of family. There are many traditions that have died out in our community, and we wanted to educate ourselves on these past traditions. It's so important that we know where we came from, what our ancestors did in our communities, how they lived, what their homes were like. Having an open access website means that everyone can contribute, everyone can share. If somebody has a project idea, they can come to us with it. We were absolutely blown away when a member of our descendants from the community over in San Francisco got in touch with some old video archive footage of their trips to our area back in the late 1950s and early 1960s. It's such a privilege to be able to do what I do in a voluntary capacity, to work within my community, to get to know my community, to research, to interview people. It's always brought me such pleasure.
Being part of iCAN will allow us to reach out to the island diaspora in all four corners of the world. We've got Bear Islanders living in Argentina, in North America, in Australia, all throughout Europe. We regularly get contacted by people tracing their ancestors. We had a database of old photographs, we'd mapped our island graveyards, and now through joining iCAN, it's allowed us to actually digitise all the graveyard mapping. When we started the Oral History Project in 2022, a group of islanders came together to record the oral history, so this is documented for future generations. Being on an island, we can be geographically isolated, but now that we're part of a larger network, it's great to share our stories, our history, our information. In joining the Irish Community Archive Network, it's a great opportunity for Bear Island Projects Group to spread our heritage and our history throughout the world.
Our aim is to research and record the history and heritage of Moycullen. Moycullen Heritage joined iCAN really as a way of giving Moycullen Heritage a home. And online was an ideal way to go, and this was something that iCAN could provide the platform for. So our heritage really went from being local, insular, to available worldwide. The graveyard in Moycullen, the Shan Relic, for example, shows and reflects the community that we had. We're very fortunate really to have on our doorstep another iCAN member group in Uachtaráid, and we can collaborate with them and swap notes, and the movement of people has been identified during our collaborations with Uachtaráid. Our website has shown us that you don't actually need to be in a community to be part of deep community projects.
Local history tends to be the poor relation of national history, and the fact that iCAN has come along and is developing that and making that more accessible to people and giving it the importance that it deserves. Again, it's through iCAN and our involvement with iCAN that we're seeing this has a place and it can be done.
We were given this fabulous photograph dated 1919 of the pupils in Denard National School. It was a very exciting photograph and it has been very well received. It actually was of great interest to people, particularly the younger people. But it's a great photograph to have and we're delighted to have it.
The important thing about the website is any article we've ever written, any photograph that we have ever put in the archive is there and will be there forevermore.
We're dedicated to preserving and promoting our local history.
Every place is a story, and there's no better way to ensure that all this stuff is preserved but to put it on the website that iCAN facilitates.
We've been really delighted with the training that we've had, the support that we've had. One of the projects that we're involved in, originally it was the conservation of a 19th century farmhouse. Now we're involved in the total restoration. We have talks on a regular basis for groups, particularly for school groups, who come and we tell them the story about Hastings Farmhouse and the way of life in the locality before the modern town.
I wouldn't be as skilled as I am, but for iCAN and the training and the guidance I've had.
iCAN website is very much part of you and part of your history and your heritage. It's been a fantastic experience, and I would encourage other groups to join iCAN and be part of it.
Our experience of being part of iCAN in Moycullen, it has empowered us to realise that we can achieve more than we thought we could.
I always get a real kick, I suppose, out of seeing people saying, I didn't know that. I've lived here for all my life and I didn't know that about the area. And I always enjoy hearing that.
Documenting material is extremely important. And if this knowledge isn't preserved now, it'll be lost.
The whole country is so rich in traditions and heritage, and it's so important that communities acknowledge this and archive them and record them, because you're preserving them for the future generations.
Anybody out there who's interested in local history in their community at all, iCAN is fabulous. The support is incredible. Una and I were neighbours, not pals. Now we're best of pals sometimes. And we work as a team. We're learning so much about our area. We now have an archive. That history is being kept forever, and that's the important thing.